Look up at the sky. What you see is not the moon. It is not a planet in the distance. It is your world. Your entire existence, from the moment you are born to the moment you die, is spent in the shadow of a giant. This is not a solar system of planets orbiting a star. This is a miniature universe, with us as a lone moon orbiting a king. Welcome to a reality where Earth is not a planet, but a moon of a gas giant. Let's define our new home. Our planet, which we'll still call Earth, orbits a gas giant we'll name Aurelius. For life to exist, Earth must be in the lunar habitable zone, the sweet spot around Aurelius where temperatures are just right for liquid water. But this proximity comes with breathtaking consequences. The first thing you would notice is the sky. Aurelius doesn't appear in the sky, it is the sky. It would be a permanent, overwhelming presence dominating the heavens. Its immense reflective cloud tops would bathe our nights in a soft, perpetual twilight, a phenomenon we could call giant shine. True darkness would be a rare event, occurring only during a brief total eclipse of Aurelius by the sun, or when we pass through its deep shadow. But the light show is just the beginning. Aurelius's powerful magnetic field, thousands of times stronger than Earth's, would become our shield. It would deflect cosmic rays and solar winds, but it would also trap radiation in intense Van Allen belts. Life on the surface might be protected, but venturing into space to explore our fellow moons would be a deadly endeavor, requiring incredible shielding. Our age of exploration might never have happened. We would be trapped in a golden cage, living under the most beautiful ceiling imaginable, but one lined with invisible poison. The gravity of a world like Aurelius wouldn't just hold us in orbit, it would reshape our very planet. First, it would almost certainly tidally lock Earth. This means one side of our planet would permanently face the gas giant, the giant-facing hemisphere. The opposite side would be the sunward side. This creates three terrifyingly distinct worlds on one planet.
The giant-facing side would be a cold land of eternal night, lit only by the dull glow of Aurelius, its landscape potentially frozen solid. The sunward side would be a scorching desert baked by constant sunlight. Humanity and all complex life could only survive in a narrow, fragile twilight belt, the ring of land between these two extremes, in a perpetual state of sunset or dawn. And forget the ocean tides you know. The gravitational pull would be so immense it would create solid tides. The very ground beneath your feet would rhythmically rise and fall by dozens of meters, like a planet breathing. This would trigger endless, catastrophic earthquakes and volcanic eruptions far more violent than anything on our Earth. The crust would be young, raw, and constantly reforming. There would be no ancient mountains, no stable continents. Our planet would be a geologically hyperactive hellscape, making the simple act of building a permanent city nearly impossible. How would humanity adapt to this? Our very biology and culture would be born from the giant. Our myths and religions wouldn't be about sun gods or moon goddesses. They would be about the god in the sky, Aurelius itself. Its swirling storms would be seen as angry gods, its calm periods divine blessings. Our concept of up would always be toward the giant. We would be a nomadic species, or deeply subterranean. The constant tectonic violence would make permanent settlements on the surface a fantasy. We might live on giant, moving platforms, or in vast, shielded underground arcologies. Astronomy would be our first and most vital science, but not to look outward, to understand the complex dance of our sibling moons and predict the dangerous radiation storms that Aurelius's magnetosphere would periodically lash us with. And what of life itself? Evolution would take a radically different path. With high radiation and a dim, strange light cycle, plants might not be green. They could be black to absorb every photon or use chemosynthesis from volcanic vents. Animals might see in different spectra or use bioluminescence to communicate under the eternal twilight. We wouldn't be Homo sapiens. We'd be something else entirely. a species forged not under a gentle sun, but in the glorious, terrifying shadow of a giant.
So what if Earth was a moon of a gas giant? We would trade the comforting darkness of night for an eternal, beautiful vigil. We would trade geological stability for a dynamic and violent planet. We would trade a promise of the stars for the crushing reality that we are, and may always be, children of the giant. Our sky would be the most magnificent sight in the universe, but our world would be a precarious one. We would live on the razor's edge between the fire of the sun and the gravitational embrace of a titan. It is a scenario of breathtaking beauty and profound isolation, a reminder that in the cosmic lottery, we on Earth truly won the jackpot. But it does make you wonder, what other amazing, terrifying vistas are out there waiting on moons just like ours, orbiting their own silent giants?